You don't need me to tell you how deadly and devastating committing suicide can be. Suicide is obviously one way to end a person's life. Whenever it's jumping off a bridge, jumping off a mountain, jumping off a cliff, etc., etc., and obviously getting hit by a train. If you kill yourself or try to kill yourself, it can actually affect others. Perhaps among the most devastating and horrifying cases in this category is a collision we are discussing today. Metrolink trains 100, 901, and Union Pacific work train. There was nothing wrong with those trains. There was nothing wrong with the locomotives. There was nothing wrong with the crew, and there was nothing wrong with the passengers. It was supposed to be a routine morning until one man changed it, who wanted to commit suicide but changed his mind in the last second before chaos strikes. That is why disasters like this one is so shocking. This is the story of the 2005 Glendale train collision.
January 26, 2005, Los Angeles Union Station. Metrolink train 901 was getting ready for its departure westbound out of Los Angeles with F59 PHH 73, Coach 177, 148, and Bombardier bi-level cab car 623. Meanwhile, Metrolink 100 was preparing for its departure from downtown Ventura to Los Angeles, with Bombardier bi-level cab car 625 leading, coach 133, 197, and F59 PHI 886 pushing.
Among the passengers, either on Metrolink 100 or 901, was a man by the name of Richard Miles, a manager of the LA Bureau of Sanitation. Now, I would like for you to make a mental note of this name. You may want to remember him for later.
Meanwhile, in a siding at Glendale, UP work train UGS VTD-18 was waiting with UP SD70M 4323 in the lead and CEFX SD40-2 3160 trailing. The two Metrolink trains were due to meet each other at Glendale, heading towards their destinations, and then the UP work train would be cleared onto the main line. The morning had been uneventful until Metrolink 100 spotted a Jeep Cherokee sport vehicle on the same line as it. The engineer applied the emergency brakes as soon as he saw the vehicle, but it was too late.
The collision was devastating. Metrolink 100 slams into the Jeep at 6:03 a.m. The Jeep was pushed along the rails like debris being swept away by a broom toward the Los Felias Boulevard crossing until its parts struck a switch before being destroyed. The derailed coach is jackknife, hitting both the Union Pacific and the Metrolink 901. Cab cars 625 and coach 133 both zigzag and went off the track, leaving coach 197 the only car in the consist that remained upright. Cab car 623 was separated from 901's consist from the force of the impact. It flipped over onto its side and plowed a few hundred feet away from the track. A signal gantry also fell onto coach 148 after it made contact with the derailed cars. Coach 177 was also flipped over onto its side but was still upright. UP 4323 made contact with cab car 625 before flipping over on its side by its fuel tank erupting, causing a small fire. Some employees from a nearby Kotsko saw the collision unfolding and immediately called 911 before rushing to the crash site to help out the victims of the damaged coaches and used fire extinguishers to put out the small fire before first responders could arrive. When it was all said and done, 11 people died, 10 of them passengers and 1 a Metrolink conductor. 117 more were injured. So, how did this happen? And where did that Jeep come from?
The NTSB, FRA, Brotherhood of Locomotive Engineers and Trainman Safety Task Force, the Glendale Police Department, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, and the Union Pacific Police Department all launched investigations into the Glendale train crash. The blame was squarely put at the owner of the Jeep for directly placing his Jeep on the train tracks. That Jeep was owned by a man named Juan Manuel Alvarez. Alvarez had been trying to commit suicide time and time again, and this accident was no different. His wife filed a restraining order against him after trying to commit suicide in front of their kids. On the day of the accident, he parked his Jeep with him inside ready to be hit by the train, but changed his mind at the last second and bailed out of his Jeep, but his actions cost 11 people their lives. In the end, on June 25, 2008, he pleaded guilty for 11 counts of first-degree murder with special circumstances and 1 count of arson, and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole on August 20th.
Cab cars 625 and 623 some of the coaches from both trains were scrapped. UP SD70M 4323 was repaired and returned to service. Metrolink 873 and 886 were both quickly put back into service. 19 years have gone by, and let's hope we will never see an incident like that again.
There's one thing I want to mention before ending this video, and it has to do with Richard Miles. Richard Miles was among the passengers who survived the crash, only to die at another. Miles still continues to ride trains despite the accident until he met his fateful end. 3 years later, on September 12, 2008, Miles was one of the 222 passengers that was traveling westbound on Metrolink train 111. Shortly after leaving the Chatsworth station, Metrolink train 111 collided head-on with a UP local train. A further 25 people were now dead. Sadly, Richard Miles was among the dead.